All right, guys, we've been seeing this cloud cover and drizzly conditions pretty much all day, and taking a look at this live shot, you can see that kind of haze in the horizon. That's that really low-level cloud cover and this heavy mist we have coming down. So it's going to be continuing into these overnight hours right now. As we're looking at the last 24 hours, we got down pretty down there last night, down to that 26-degree mark, slowly warming up again into those lower 40s today. And of course, we're at the 44, 45 degrees because we're seeing all that southerly wind, bringing in a lot of these warmer temperatures into the Concho Valley. As we look out there right now, we're seeing 45 degrees here in San Angelo, 43 in Junction, down to that 37-degree mark in Brady, who's cooling off a little bit quicker than us here in town. And as we look at the entire region, you can see a couple 40s still being held on down there, 44 down in Roosevelt versus that 39 up in Bront, and then 40 degrees up in Robert Lee. So we're all getting down to those lower 40s or to those lower 30s, but we're not going to be cooling off too much more going into these overnight hours because I've been saying it, that southerly wind is bringing in a bunch of warmer temperatures. It's going to be considerably warmer than last night. As we look at the dew points out there, considerably up there with these 100% relative humidity values. That's where we're seeing that really low level cloud cover, almost becoming a fog right now, with these 43 degrees for that dew point and then 44 here in San Angelo, which is right next to that temperature. So that cloud cover and then that kind of foggy conditions with these heavy mists is going to be continuing for the next few hours. As we look at the next couple of days here on the moisture tracker, you can see we're really not going to be free from this moisture for the next couple of days. We've still got it working up from the Gulf here, from that southerly flow, and that's going to be aiding these rain chances going into these overnight hours and into the next couple of days as well. As we look at the upper level pattern, that's what we've been looking at, talking about this rounds of energy working in. It's going to continue sitting with us here in the Concho Valley. It's going to be meandering just slowly off to the east, but as it does that, we're going to see a couple more rounds of rain working in. Finally, by that Friday, Saturday time frame, we're seeing the trough kind of start to center over Texas, and that's where we're really going to start to see it meander further east and start to see some more sunshine and cooler temperatures for the Concho Valley as well going into the next weekend. Looking at the current satellite and radar across the state of Texas, you can see a whole mess just feeding off of all that southerly moisture we're seeing from all these disturbances coming from the west. And that's going to be continuing into these overnight hours. As we're looking at this radar, you can see just a little bit here close to the radar that's here centered in San Angelo. A couple other areas down closer to Ozona and Crockett County that's picking up more on the radar. But because this is such a low-level event, we're probably seeing a lot more mist than this radar is showing up. It's overshooting a lot of those storms, even though I have it on that lowest elevation setting. As we time this out on the Futurecast, like I said, into these overnight hours, it's going to be continuing with us, these heavy mist and light rain conditions, maybe even some patchy fog into the morning. Then by that afternoon, we're going to see some more sunshine coming out across the Concho Valley, a nice break from these gloomy days we've been having. But right behind it, we're going to see more rain into tomorrow night and then into that Tuesday time frame. So like I said, a few more rounds of that rain is going to be on the way because of just how much moisture we have in our atmosphere right now feeding off of the Gulf. Tonight, though, like I said, we're going to be warmer if you consider that 40-degree mark, about that low, maybe down into the upper 30s with those rain showers, pretty prevalent for all of us across the entire region. But then tomorrow, we're getting up to that 63-degree mark because we start to see that sunshine poke out. So we're going to see clouds in the morning, but then that sun pokes out, getting us up to those 60s, which takes us into our 7-day forecast. Like I said, a little bit of sunshine tomorrow, which is going to be nice. Then that next round of rain working into that Wednesday time frame. Another break on that Thursday, then that next cold front coming in for Friday. Looking sunnier for the weekend and a little bit cooler as well. That's all for your 7-day forecast, but now we'll head on back to Maya.